Now in this section, we are going to learn how to build drawer in Flutter application. First of all, what is drawer? Drawer is basically a sliding left menu which is used for navigation. So we are going to build this drawer in this section where we have the user profile, the username and the item of privacy policy, the icon and the text. When we click this privacy policy, this will navigate us to the privacy policy page. We can go back, we can go to the favorites, we can go back and we can go to the notifications just like that. So we are going to build this drawer in this section. So first of all, in here we have a scaffold, an app bar within some text drawer, and in the body we have the center. And in this section we are not going to touch the body property of the scaffold. So to create a drawer in Flutter application, we have again the property of drawer in the scaffold, which accepts a widget. So we will pass in here the widget of drawer provided by the Flutter material design. Now Ctrl S to hot reload and you can see we got the menu in here. When we click this, so we got the already built-in drawer in here, and now we are going to modify it. So inside the drawer, we have some properties to modify this drawer. So let's open it up. The first property is if we want to increase the width of the drawer or not. Let's say we want to increase the width of drawer to 350. Now Ctrl S to hot reload, you can see we got the width increased by 350. Now the other property of the drawer is child, which again accept a widget. So here we will pass the container, and first of all we will change the color of our drawer. Let's say the color's blue. Now Ctrl S to hot reload and we got our drawer in the blue color. And next, in the child of the container, we are going to have a list view as we want our content aligned vertically in the drawer. So we got our list view and the children property which accepts the list of widgets. So first of all, in here in the drawer, we want the user profile and the username. Just like this, if you look at our test project, we want the user profile and the username of the user. Now let's go back to our application, and in here we are going to have a row widget and inside the children property which again accept the list of children. As we are going to have the user profile and the username, so they are aligned horizontally, so that's why we put the row in here. So inside the row children, we are going to have the container, and inside the container we are going to have the margin of vertical 10 and the width and height 80. And now in the child of this container, we want an image from the assets. To get the image from the assets, again in this week 2 project, let's create the assets directory. So we got this assets directory, and let's put your image inside this assets directory. And we got this image.jpg file in our assets directory. Now let's go to the pubspec.yaml file, and down here, let's uncomment these assets and move them one space back, and remove this one, and also move this one space back, and remove this from here and put our assets slash and dot, means all the images inside the assets directory. Now let's pubget. After the pubget completes, let's close this from here and let's go to the main.dart, and again ignore this message, and in the child of the container we are going to have the image assets, and the path of the image and the fit property is boxfit.cover, means to cover all the space inside the box, meaning that our container. Now Ctrl S to hot reload and we got this image in here. Now if we want to have this image in the circle, we will wrap this image with the widget of cliprect, and we set the border radius property of this cliprect widget to 40. Now Ctrl S to hot reload and we got this image in the circle. And also to put the username text in here, down here in the container. First of all, after this container, we are going to have the size box 15, and after that the text widget, and it has the style font size 18, font weight to W500 and the color to white. Now Ctrl S to hot reload and we got the username also in here. And also to give some space from all of the sides of this drawer here in the container, we are going to do the padding horizontally and vertically 10. Now Ctrl S to hot reload and we got our user profile and username in here. Now down here, right after this row, let's close this, and right after this row we want a divider. So for that we have a widget of divider and we set the color of the divider to white. Now Ctrl S to hot reload and we got this divider line horizontally. Now after this we are going to have the list tile widget inside the list view, and then the leading property of list tile is going to be icon of security rounded, and the title property of the list style is going to be text of privacy policy. Now Ctrl S to hot reload, and we got this privacy. To change its color, we will set the properties of list style, icon color white and text color white, and you can also change them directly from here, like the color of the icon, and also to change the text color, here we have the style property where we can also change the color of the text, but here in the list style we can also directly change the icon and the text color. Now Ctrl S to hot reload, and you can see we got the icon and the text in here. And for this icon, we just increase a bit size to 30, and for this text, we just increase the font size to 16. Now Ctrl S to hot reload, and we got our one item in here. Now to put the other items in here, we have to duplicate this list style. To overcome this duplication, for that, we have to create an method in here that will be the list item method, and this is going to return our list style, and we will accept this leading and the title property dynamically. Like, let's put the parameters of this method. We are going to have the name parameters, that's why we put the curly braces in here, and we are going to do required icon data, icon and required string title, and we will copy this icon and simply pass this icon in here, and copy this title and paste this on this string, and we will accept this data dynamically when we call this list item. Now copy this and go a bit up here, and let's remove the list style from here, paste this list item and put the parentheses in here, and inside this now accepts the icon, and inside the icon we will pass the same icon security rounded, and for the title we will pass privacy policy just like this. And now after this, Ctrl S to hot reload, and this will remain the same. And now after this, let's put the comma in here and duplicate this 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. And now let's change the icons and the text for them. So we have changed the icons and the title for these items. Now again, we will copy this divider from here and simply paste it right after these notifications. Now Ctrl S to hot reload, and we got our design complete. Now we will perform some navigation when we click this privacy, favorites and the notifications. So for that, to make each item clickable in here, we are going to do one thing in here. We will require one more thing in here, that will be void callback, and simply we name this on tab, and this void callback is simply the signature of callback that have no arguments and no return data, meaning that a simple void callback. And here the list style, it has the property of on tab, and in this on tab we will pass our on tab parameter, and now this is required in all of these items. So let's put the on tab for all of them. So we got the on tab for all of these list items just like this, and this help and the report is not going to work if you want to perform navigation on them, so you can also perform them. Now let's create the privacy and favorites and the notification pages. So we got these 3 pages in place. The first is privacy policy page, where we have a scaffold and app bar within some text of privacy policy, and in the center we have the text of app's privacy policy with some style, and the favorites page, the same app bar and the center text, and for notification the same scaffold, app bar text and all of these. So now let's go and perform the navigations. So when the privacy policy is clicked, open this body of this on tab, and we are going to perform the navigator push past the context, material page route, the builder, the privacy policy page, and the same for the favorites. In here we will do the same navigator push, context, material page route, builder and favorites page, and for this notification everything will be the same just like this. So now after this, Ctrl S to hot reload and click this privacy policy page, and this navigate us to this page where we have the privacy policy in app bar, and in the center we have the text app's privacy policy. We can go back, we can go to the favorites page, we can go back, we can go to the notifications page, and that's how we built our drawer just like this. And also, if you want to keep our home page clean, like if you don't want this drawer directly in our scaffold, so we can do something like this. Let's create a directory in here. Let's say I will name this directory for drawer, as this is our 4th lesson, and inside this we will create a library or a file of Dart. Its name will be the drawer widget, and inside this we will create a stateless widget and simply name it drawer widget, and also import the flutter material.dart. And now let's go to the main.dart and close this drawer from here and copy this drawer or cut this and go to the drawer widget and simply paste in here. And also go to the main.dart and close this and cut this from here, go to the drawer widget and paste it in here. And also again go to the main.dart and copy all these pages from here. These are our stateless widgets. Go to the drawer widget and paste them right here. So we got our errors fixed in our drawer page. Let's go to the main.dart and in here in the drawer, let's place our drawer widget and simply put the parentheses and import this. And we got imported our drawer for directory the drawer widget in here. Now again, how to start the application, and we got our home page cleaned, and this works the same, just like this. You can see we can navigate between the pages and this drawer looks something like this. So that was it for our drawer section, and that's how you can create and work with the drawer in Flutter application.